second home game of the year. Big weekend here for Tech sports, soccer and the NCAA tournament, pulling for Coach Stone and that team. Obviously, the Lady Raiders get started before us Friday. It's been great to work with Coach Stallings so far and really pulling for her group. I know they've been practicing really hard since this summer. And then obviously with the football team, getting ready to beat Texas on Saturday. So, students, when they come to the basketball game or games Friday night, tomorrow night, they'll get a wristband that'll allow them to get into the student section, first access on Saturday's game, which normally sells out. So hopefully that'll help us attract students. It'll be another reason.
Coach, I guess just overall, last game, Mississippi Valley State, I know people may not see the name and kind of recognize them, but they had 6 guys in double figures, so certainly a very potent squad.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's just so early in college basketball. Nobody's separated. I guess Duke is separated from the rest of us, but, you're either 1-0 or you're 0-1 or maybe 0-0. So what you do is you look at the team. First of all, they've got good talent. They've got a lot of experienced players. They have an all-conference player back. They're a bigger team, more athletic than, say, our first test, Incarnate Word, so they passed the eye test. I personally know of their coach. He's been successful wherever he's been, including some stops in Texas. So, again, next game on the schedule is the biggest game of the season. That's the approach that we take, and we have a lot of respect for everybody we play this year, this opponent included.
With Incarnate Word, you kind of mentioned it, a lot of 6'6", 6'7" guys. This team also has a bunch of those guys. I guess what are some of the things that concern you about a team like that where you got a lot of speedy guards and then not only that, but then you got a lot of guys that can maybe kind of switch on you a little bit with the 6'6", 6'7" kind of frames?
Yeah, versatility always concerns any coach. They got guys that if you play them with a guard, maybe they'll take you down low. If you play them with a big, maybe there's a speed advantage. So we're going to have to play against guys like this all year long in college basketball, so this will be the next test. But they've got some explosive scoring. They play the game fast. They play multiple defenses. I mean, they're a team that, they're going to get hot. They're going to beat somebody this year. I think they're going to do really well in their conference, and they're going to win some games like this at some point. We just have to do everything possible to make sure that it doesn't happen against us.
You familiar with a couple of those guys since they're from the JUCO ranks here in Texas?
Yeah, we've seen several of their guys play. I think Wes was telling me SIP has a relationship with one of their coaches. I think Kayvon played with one of their guys in high school. So, college basketball is kind of a big family, if you wouldn't say. Hey, everybody's kind of related in some way. You see players on the AAU circuit. The game crosses through. So there are some common relationships in this game.
What was the message to the team yesterday about getting better and maybe starting faster against this team?
Yeah, just consistency. Again, every player on our roster has shown the ability to play at this level and win. We really don't have anybody that's found a level of consistency yet. I think the other night was a great example. First half, just not playing our best basketball. Second half, in some ways, playing about as well as we can. We got to become a team that plays consistent. And you're striving for 40 minutes. Might never quite get there, but you better get to where you can play 35 or 36 if you're ever going to win a Big 12 game. Right now, we appear to be a team that can play about half the game. So we got to take the next step tomorrow night and just continue to work on consistency.
How do you think Kyler handled his minutes in his first game?
Yeah, Kyler, I echo what Matt said. By the way, Matt's a real pro up here. You guys know he's going to go into coaching one day, hopefully after a long pro career. But thought Matt said it best. Kyler's very talented. We all saw that early on this summer. He's a part of the mix. It's no surprise why he came to Tech. In recruiting, thing we're selling at the top of the list is come to Tech and play a major role. It happened to Culver. It happened to Zaire. And Kyler's kind of the next in line, as all our freshmen are getting opportunities. But Kyler's a talented guy. He's just learning how to play at this level, learning how to be consistent. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does when times get tough here. Adversity's coming. It's not just a matter of time. I'm looking forward to seeing how he responds to that. But he's a talented guy with a bright future and a guy that I have a lot of confidence in.
You've probably had a chance to already talk about Tariq, but were you pleased just to be able to see him kind of rise to his potential and right off the bat just sort of validate the type of talent and potential that you guys hoped he would have coming in?
Yeah, what's crazy is he played 10 minutes in a game because of foul trouble and school record block shots, and people are like, wanting his autograph in the foyer. Like he's got to get to where he can play more. I mean, Tariq's a full-time player for us. He's starting right now. He's a guy that I think has all Big 12 potential. Both all conference and all defensive. He's a guy that's going to play this game for a living. So it starts where he's got to play more minutes. So studied a lot of film with him in the last 30 hours or so, just on how to stay out of foul trouble and some of the mistakes he made there. Obviously, his talent playing above the rim and blocking shots is special, but to me, he's so much more. He's a skilled player, and there's going to be a game very soon, maybe tomorrow night, where he hits some three-point shots and makes some assists, but he's much more than just an athlete. He's a special player.
Coach, do you think it's going to be harder for big guys to stay out of foul trouble with as tight as they're calling moving screens? I know that's something you're working on every day.
Well, that's just discipline, Jeff. Both the illegal screens that we got in the game were good calls by the officials. Malik and Tariq just get kind of greedy at the end. They're setting a good screen, and they stick their hip out there at the end. You just can't do that. So ultimately it falls on me and our coaching staff. We got to teach our guys more discipline. We got to work on it more. So I take responsibility for that too. But no, there's some emphasis every year in college basketball. You guys have all been a part of this game for a long time. You know that at the first of the year they're calling all sorts of stuff. And we get into league play January and February. A lot of these won't be fouls, but we don't make the rules. We got to play within them, and we just got to be a lot more disciplined. And that's consistency. That consistency, discipline. This is where we got to get our team.